Good morning. It's March 11th. The market's been going for a few hours here, but we have a pattern that's been going on for a few weeks that could continue that you're probably interested in. Welcome. We're going to head over to Longbow and talk about crypto as well as some other materials. So today I put together a whole bunch of securities that are on the top 25 tab, and they're on the right-hand side of the page, which is the greatest asymmetry potential to the downside. And you can imagine why. You can look at a ton of the overbought here. We're starting with Bitcoin, the XBT USD overbought, going down from Coinbase. We've got the global blockchain ETF, BKCH, the ProShares Bitcoin Strat ETF, BITO. You've got BTF, Riot, and Mara, all about crypto, and you can see a sea of red overbought on the trading signals. If you didn't pay for them, you can take a screenshot and see all the trading ranges here. I was going to start though and just head into Bitcoin itself. And you can see momentum indicator, the short term has been bullish, medium term has been bullish. It's been up and away. And you can see how these signals have worked, right? That it hit the top end of the range here. And guess what happens? It's heading down. It hits the bottom end of the range, it's going up. It hits the top end of the range, it fell down. And it said to buy, you're going up, 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 and away, and now you're crossing that red line. We're above 30,000. You've probably heard about it if it's an area of interest for you. You might be wondering, okay, what do? I watch different programs. People are talking about 100,000. People are talking 40, 42,000. You have to remember 2022. So this is a security like any other security. This is not gold. This isn't the dollar. So you need to take this into consideration, and not just from the fundamental perspective, do you believe in crypto, but then also the technical perspective of how do you trade it. And a few things you need to put together is one is signals like this so that you understand how is it trading relative to its bands. And then also you have to look at who's involved, where are they in this, and then what's going to be coming ahead from a macro perspective. While we think in the intermediate term, this will continue to move up, we would caution that if you've been holding and onto this ride, you probably want to trim a little bit. We don't have any crystal ball, neither does anyone else, if this is going to be continuing in a straight line to maybe that 40, 42 level, or are we going to see some chop in the interim? There's obviously some big inflation reads coming tomorrow. We're calling it, everyone's waiting for Wednesday, as well as obviously another Fed hike. And then because of the inflation readings, because of we're getting obviously new labor data out, what's going to happen beyond that? When everyone's focused on a pause and then potential rate cuts, that is consensus. And so you have to think about what could be non-consensus, and that might be related to energy staying strong for the short term, which puts inflation up, which means that there could be more rate hikes, which then could be difficult for risk assets, including crypto. But at the same time, from an intermediate perspective, what do you think? Well, we're obviously going to have some more credit issues. We'll probably be hearing about that in earnings season. And it could be that folks are racing to more stores of different types of value that may provide a little bit more inflation protection, like gold. They may venture into more riskier areas like silver, but then also crypto. So again, on an intermediate term basis, we like the fact that these are bullish and we think that that could continue. But it's very rare that you see things go in a straight line, especially when there's a lot of macro data that's coming out and you're heading into earnings season, which can make the VIX go from a very low position right now into a much more volatile area. So be cautioned, know that it's above that red line, and trim that if you've got it. Otherwise, just take that in consideration when you're managing your position sizing. But this isn't probably the day that you'd be going out starting that new position. That's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow. And also, just kind of heading here, you can go look at those materials, the BHP Rio. You can take a screenshot and look at that. But that's along a very similar macro lines that we talked about it. Talk to you tomorrow.